of Masters, Justice, Peace and Cohesion. And I'm presenting a paper talking of effectiveness of refugee integration on ensuring peaceful coexistence in the Chiriandongo settlement, Masindi district in Uganda. The background of my study, the existence of refugees dates back to time immemorial, and the internationally accepted legal definition, however, was only developed in mid-20th century and is reflected in the convention relating to the status of refugees. The refugee definition is based on the 1951 convention. A key feature of the refugee definition is the concept of persecution. Refugees are accepted and regarded as people fleeing from possible or actual persecution. Then we shall look at the African refugee situation. The African refugee situation comprises of refugees fleeing war-torn regions to those perceived as safe. I'm using the word perceived because if one is fleeing from Nigeria to Chad or South Sudan to Darfur or Democratic Republic of Congo to Central African Republic, these areas are not unsafe also because they have their conflicts and they could not be safe at all. But they assume they are going to a safer place. That's why I use the word perceived. The Sub-Sahara African has a record of about more than 4 million refugees. That is according to UNHCR 2016. In late 2015, about 16 million people in Africa were either displaced or forced to flee to other countries. Refugees in Uganda. Uganda is regarded as one of the most favorable environments in the world for refugees. According to the UNHCR and also World Bank 2016, while many countries keep refugees in camps away from citizens, Uganda allows them to set up businesses, work for others, and move freely around the country where refugees have lived since the 1950s. To me, putting refugees in settlements where you are allocated a piece of land, maybe to cultivate and put up shelter, is dignifying enough and also shows a value of humanity. Uganda hosts an increasingly high number of refugees in settlements such as Rhino, Madiokolo, Shangwari, Nachivale, Yumbe, Chiriandongo, Ikafe, and Mvepi. These refugees are hailing from these countries, majorly Sudan, South Sudan, Dr. Congo, Rwanda, Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Somalia. The objective of my paper was to identify the mechanisms of refugee integration process in Chiriandongo district in Uganda, to also reflect on the values influencing the choice and implementation of the said mechanisms. And moving to the mechanisms of refugee integration, we have majorly 3 mechanisms that are based on legal, socio-economic, and social culture. Legal integration, this mechanism has been more theoretical than practical. There is little or no literature to this effect. Neither could any data be found of numbers of refugees that have been legally integrated in the last 2 decades. On socio-economic, the integration is limited following from the absence of legal formalities. Refugees fail to realize their full potential to benefit on the full participation and sustainable development for both refugees and the local nationals of Uganda. On social cultural mechanism is transferable from within the constitution and legal framework, but is undermined by the social cultural dispositions of both refugees and nationals wherever the settlements exist. I got some related literature that this paper delves into the historical perspective of refugee integrations, where it is argued that refugee integration is not a recent phenomenon, but has existed at different eras of the human evolution. The literature also addresses the historical means of mitigating refugee situations. This necessitated the study to examine deeply integration of refugees and its realities through literature, especially the integration of refugees as experienced in Uganda. Refugees, asylum seekers, and internally displaced persons. The current humanitarian situation is characterized by the use of terms such as refugees, asylum seekers, and internally displaced persons. For the purposes of this research, it is important to understand asylum as a temporary sanctuary granted to a foreigner within a country or embassy or other office with diplomatic immunity. Such protection is granted because it is believed that the foreigner in question would otherwise be in danger. That is according to Miller 2005. Refugee situation versus internal displacement. Refugees cross borders while IDPs remain within borders. The number of IDPs globally exceeds that of refugees, but this discussion is outside the scope of this paper because I'm dealing with refugees, not IDPs. Again, in this paper, I concentrate on the situation of refugees and their host communities in the Kriandongo refugee settlement. Integration of refugees. The word refugee situation is as complex as the nature of the human person. People have left their homes, countries, and continents to seek for a better, safer environment than they live. This is never easy because of the complex process that these individuals and groups have to encounter in their state of vulnerability. Integration has become a policy objective related to the settlement of refugees and other migrants. The rationale for refugee integration. According to Adrian Edwards of UNHCR, the rationale for integration draws from the need to find a durable solution to the situation of displacement across borders. The options are usually repatriation, where we find refugees going back to their original country because they feel it is now safe to return home, or resettlement, where refugees get to go to the third country from where they are based as refugees, maybe the second country. And so these are the ones that are regarded as durable solutions according to UNHCR. The options are majorly repatriation as first priority, because anybody could prefer to go back to their country of origin, but where they can't, there is local integration, where the host country accepts them to integrate locally with the nationals, and the third being resettlement. Integration then becomes the second most favored option in finding a durable solution to the refugee situation. My methodology in my research design, I use the document analysis focusing on reports of humanitarian organizations, policy and legal documents, and journal articles relating to integration of refugees. The researcher also used online sources which were screened for their relevance to integration of refugees globally, regionally, and Uganda in Kirandongo settlement. The researcher also carried out interviews with key informants to validate findings for my literature. Reflections on the values influencing mechanisms, and one of them was hospitality. There is more evidence for the enforcement of the socio-economic mechanism of integration. Push factors are remittances from third country resettled relatives, free movement, and relaxed employment rules. We find that in these settlements around Uganda, we have relatives of these refugees that have been resettled in better countries where the social policies are better, and they send back some money to their relatives, and they are able to do some businesses and other things, given the fact that Uganda allows them to move freely and participate in any employment opportunities that they can handle. Hospitality is a value that stands out for Ugandans. Historical analysis shows that Uganda has been home to refugees since the 1920s. Reflections on values influencing mechanisms included also trust. Trust is the value at stake in the choice not to implement the legal integration. Interviews with key informants showed that while the state benefits from letting the refugees move freely and to transact any other business, they are not trusted enough to be legally integrated due to concerns related to internationalization of the conflicts from which they escaped. Reflections on values also include cultural identity. The radical need to hold on to cultural identity undermines the social cultural mechanisms of integration. Some refugees interviewed were not open to losing themselves and their cultural dispositions to another culture through intermarriages with locals. Pride in ethnic identity also, based on deep exclusionary socialization, is an undoing to social cultural integration. My recommendations were implementing the legal mechanisms of refugee integration, 2, maximizing the socio-economic inclusivity and participation of the refugees and locals at same levels, social-cultural tolerance and accommodation in a multicultural environment where we have people to tolerate each other, marry freely as they can, and continue to respect their values but tolerate others. The major part to realize is the positive integration is to invest in good state governance that respects human rights and promotes social cohesion for peaceful coexistence. And because of time, I don't want Richard to kick me out. My paper was bigger, but I have to pluck out a few ideas. Thank you.